Hi everyone, my name is Tori, this is Noah Life, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have some football romance recommendations to share with you. So this video is in collab with Sam from Sam Reads a Little and Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl. I'll have their channels and their videos linked in the description box below. Make sure you go check out their videos. We're just going to be giving you some football romances. The Super Bowl is coming up. And Sam was like, does anyone want to do collab? And we're like, yeah, why not? So I have like a list to share with you, 6, 7 to share with you. So let's just go ahead and jump in. The first one is one that I read because of Sam, and that is the Hookup by Kristen Callahan. I loved this book. This is a new adult college football sports romance. And when I tell you Drew Baylor is absolute perfection, he really is. Like, honestly, I feel like I put this book in so many romance recommendations lately, but I absolutely love him. Do you get it? Because it's on the cover.
Oh my god, I have too much for myself.
Anyway, we're just going to pretend I didn't make that corny joke. Drew Baylor is this very popular football guy on campus, star of the football team, and he sees Anna at a party, and they have like a little thing for a second. But she is so put off that he is so popular in the limelight, all that. She just is trying to get to school, trying to finish her degree, and just trying to get by. But they have this like chemistry that is just off the charts. Do you know what I mean? Like, you read it and you can tell literally that they have this intense chemistry and they just like cannot stay away from each other. And Drew Baylor pines after her so much in this book. Like, if you're looking for like one of the ultimate pining heroes, Drew Baylor is it. He knows that she is the one for him. Like, he knows, he's like, I know she means something to me. I just need her to like understand that so we're on the same page. And he tells her his family about her, and I love it so much. It's a great book. Highly recommend this football romance if you're looking. It's a little bit older of a book, but it still competes with some of these like new releases that I have. The next book I have is The Bombshell Effect by Carla Sorensen. This is an oldie but a goldie, if that makes sense. I think this was published, I feel like I've read this quite a while ago. It's 2018, so it's not like too old, but this one has a single dad football star. This is an adult, so they're not in college. Like, he plays professional football, and our female character moves in next door, and she's like, sees him. She's like, oh, he's a tattooed jerk of a guy, but I'm trying to bake for him, and you know, he has this adorable daughter. But to his surprise, because he sees her moving in next door, to his surprise, she is actually the new owner of the football team that he is the quarterback for, and they clash. Like, this is very much enemies to lovers. He's so grumpy. Not necessarily she's a sunshine, but like, she doesn't look like a girl, I guess, that would play football or enjoy football. I don't know what that would look like, but she's very much blonde. She wears heels all the time. She dresses very professionally, but she like is not afraid of her body, like showing off her body in a way that I don't know if all that makes sense, but it's like she's a bombshell of a girl. Do you know what I mean? Or a bombshell of a woman, I should say. But she's still this owner of this team. Her dad left her the team, so she's trying to like take over that role. I really enjoyed this one, this whole series. And then the Ward Sister series is really good too, which is the spinoff of this. Well, spinoff of one of the books, but this whole series as a football series. So I suggest checking out this series because it's good. I love Carla Sorensen. The next one I have is probably one that's going to be on all of our lists, or at least one book from this series. And I have Blindside by Candy Steiner. This is the second book in this series. I hate when authors don't put their series names on the cover or like in the book, because I literally don't know. I don't know. Anyway, this is a fake dating romance. So basically, Gianna and Clay, they get together to fake date to make his ex-girlfriend jealous, because he's like so in love. He's such a mess after their breakup. But little does he know, Gianna is a virgin. She's a bookworm. So one of my favorite things about this book is not only like the football. Candy Steiner really does write football pretty well, I think. So it's a good balance of both. But at the same time, sometimes she writes heroes that just like stick with you. And Clay is a hero that just like stuck with me. And Gianna's pretty cool too. Like, don't get me wrong, she's a cool ass character. But for some reason, Clay just stuck with me. He like reads her romance novels and like takes notes and then like uses those things, if you know what I mean, later in the book. And I love this one. I love this one so much. It was such an enjoyable read. Like, it was a surprising 5-star read for me, if that makes sense. Like, I read it and I was like, what? Because I didn't like Fair Catch, which is the first book in this series. But yeah, this one was a really, really good one. Candy Steiner knows how to write. some football romances. The 4th book in the series is coming out too, I think in March, February or March, I can't remember. The next one I have is The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. So this one I was kind of nervous to put on this list because I love open door romances. I am someone who really enjoys, if I'm going to read a romance, I prefer to be open door. But this one I will say right off the bat is closed door. So if that's not for you, go ahead and skip this book. But if you are someone who doesn't always love the spice or doesn't mind closed door romances, this one is really, really cute. When I listened to this audio, I was just like,
adorable. That's adorable.
I just kept saying that over and over. That is the best way to describe this. So this is a friends to lovers. I would say childhood friends to lovers. They are friends in high school. They start running together, like on the track. She gets up. She wants to try and get into Juilliard. She gets up early on a Tuesday, and she's running around the track. And then she sees the main male character, Nathan, also running because he wants to be a football star. So in college, well, she's trying to get into Juilliard. And then after they graduate high school, she gets into a car accident. Not her fault. And she injures her knee. So she can't be like a professional ballerina to go to Juilliard. Fast forward, I think like 6 years later or something like that. They kind of like drift apart in college. And then they come back together when they're both in California in the same city. She's owning this kind of dance studio and teaching dance and ballet classes and all stuff like that. And he is the star quarterback of the football team, the professional football team in their city. And it was really, really adorable. I loved it because the other teammates kind of come together and are like helping him kind of get the girl, if that makes sense. They do kind of fake date a little bit for the sake of like PR stuff. And it's cute because they're like, we're not going to let boundaries cross. Like, this is not real. This is not real. And it's like, of course that happens, duh. But I hate it sometimes with closed door romances. Like, the authors build up all of this stuff and then they just like close it down. So that was my one disappointment, but it was a 4-star read with me. It was super adorable. Loved this one. Loved it so much. The next one I have is Playing Hard to Get by Monica Murphy. So this is the first book in this series by Monica Murphy, and this is a new adult college sports romance. So basically what the title says, it is a very much pining after the female character. Now this one, Monica Murphy knows how to write like tension and chemistry between characters. So I did like it. They had a little bit of a dyslexia representation in here. Our main male character, he's in the football team. His grades are going to shit basically, and he has to, well, not all of his grades, but just this English class. I think it's English class. And he's having trouble obviously reading and keeping up with all this stuff, but he has to take it. It's his senior year. He put it off for too long. And he goes to get a tutor, and that tutor is our female character. And she basically wants to do stuff like teaching and stuff like that. And so tutoring for her is like the perfect job in college. And she is like, whatever happens in this room stays in this room, because she also doesn't like that he's like the super popular, you know, guy on campus. Everyone wants to get with him and stuff like that. But they have these like moments in the tutoring classroom after they tutor. But I just found it really interesting because she's like, have you ever tried audiobooks? Like, audio can help people with dyslexia or different learning disabilities read and stuff like that, because he was trying to read out loud and it was hard for him to like get the words out and stuff like that. And it was really cool representation. I really enjoyed it. It was a good blend of like football and stuff, because she doesn't really know anything about football, but then she starts going to the games. And it was super cute. The ending was a little bit abrupt, but it was still really good. Another one I have to recommend is Dear Ava by Ilsa Madden Mills. Honestly, Ilsa Madden Mills has so many sports romances, but she does have a lot of football romances. And I chose this one because this is one of my favorites, like out of all of them that I've read by her. This one has some trigger warnings. I'll go into that. It's trigger warnings for like rape, sexual assault. On page, she does kind of like go back in time to show what happens, and it's pretty early on in the book. Basically, our main male character is on the football team of this college, I think it's high school actually. They're in high school, but they act like they're in college, if that makes sense. But our female character, she was on the cheerleading team. I think she was on the cheerleading team, or something happens to where she goes to a party after a football game, and there's like all these different types of people. She gets completely wasted and she is raped by another player on the football team. It was actually hard to read, but I will say the story is something that I feel like a lot of women deal with, which is why I put this one over the other ones. Only because she comes out and says, this person raped me, and everyone gives her shit at the school because that guy is the star football player, everyone loves him. Oh, he would never do this. You don't remember you were asking for it because you were wearing a short skirt, or oh, you don't know what you were doing. You were drunk. You should have said you said yes, but you don't remember it. You know what I mean? Like, people are gaslighting her and then bullying her on top of that. So it's really, really hard to read. And our main male character really struggles because he saw what was happening. Like, he saw when he was leaving, he was like, this looks fishy, but I'm gonna leave it, and then this comes out. So he's like battling the whole time throughout the book, like, do I like her? like he feels something for a female character and he starts like writing these letters, but she doesn't really know who they're from. So it was a very interesting book, very heavy topics. It's a lot more emotional. This one's the most emotional out of all of these books because of those trigger warnings, but if you can handle those things, I would suggest reading it because it was really, really adorable. So those are my football romance recommendations that I have to share with you. Drop me a football emoji in the comments down below because duh, these are football romances, you know. So we're gonna have to do a football emoji, but thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out Cheyenne and Sam's video. I'll have them linked in the description box below. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content from me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.